Oh, hello everyone, welcome to this very important battle in the VDL, the Scotland Draft League name right there. But I'm ecstatic for this battle because it is the quarterfinals, and this is the second quarterfinals I've made in a draft league. Might even be my second top cut actually. Yeah, well definitely it's going to be second quarterfinals. So yeah, super happy to be going with this. We're going to let my opponent decide the rules, and hopefully, you know, that's been kind of my thing. I've pressed every time I've won, so, you know, pigeon brain luck or whatever they call it these days. But, you know, gonna kind of go for it and see where it goes from here. This battle is one that I've prepped lots and lots for. I actually did a battle about 2 or 3 hours ago with my good friend Patrick Donegan to prep for this match, because it was one of the ones where my mind was completely frazzled. It was so good for me to play on paper. It was, you know, there were so many matchups. Like one moment I was like, I could do this really well. Another moment I could do that really well. But then in terms of actually executing it, really scary. But let's see where that goes. You can see the squad, the Mantine dynamic is back. Arcanine has got its favorite little choice band again. Altaria is making its, well, I say its debut. It could be making its full debut. It's got a life orb there just to kind of put a lot of damage out. And the other two at the bottom, very supportive, but can do damage as and when they need it. They also just kind of like counters to what could be brought on the field. Since this is the semi-finals, let's go with Rose Tower music. Not even semi is a top cut, because you know that kind of gives that competitive vibe to it. We'll see what the opponent brings. If they bring what we prepped for, that's going to be absolutely amazing. And there it is. I'll just check my opponent's team with that X button. Most of the Pokemon came prepped for. This is absolutely amazing. Let's hope that the paper is what we trust. So I'm going to lead the lead we planned with, and then go from there. This is what me and Patrick practiced loads and loads. A couple of Pokemon have changed, but I'm just so comfortable. We've got the turquoise, wrong side of the camera, the turquoise controller, and we'll just go with what we can. Oh, Sudowoodo is one we didn't prep for, but I have seen how my opponent uses Sudowoodo. It could be weakness policy, it could be supportive. I've seen it have Choice Scarf to be super fast, well not super fast, but as fast as it can be. I've seen it have what's the berry? Custap Berry to take hits, go down to its sturdy, and then just pop off the move later on. It has so many different options, and honestly, I'm scared of it, you know? Back in like Gen 2, people were scared and they saw a tree shake, like hang on, I shouldn't do that. I just knocked my microphone, but I am scared of this Pokemon. As we see, the opponent does put it straight in, and we'll see what comes from this. If we get the lead that we prep for, if I see the lead that I prep for personally, and like even caught Patrick out during practice, and Patrick is a very good player, then I will be ecstatic. I'll be over the moon. I'll be so happy. Oh, my heart is racing. And oh, we got one of them right. We got one of the lead right. Okay. Oh. So, honestly, it throws a bit of a spanner in the works, but I'm not too bothered. We'll go for a funky little play. I think we can. Sableye not really doing much. It can Will-O-Wisp, it can Quash, it can. I'm just gonna go for the Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo, if it goes big, then it goes big. There's the Quash. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Here comes a Head Smash. It has been intimidated, but Sudowoodo is super strong. Oh no! Arcanine going down. Okay, yeah. So the Intimidate didn't matter there. Sudowoodo isn't something we prep for heavily, but it does take a lot of damage from this, and see how much the Foul Play does in return. And it does completely naff. Oh, that does throw a massive spanner into the works for this turn. I guess we can go into Altaria and get our Dynamax off and just start getting those boosts rolling. That is really my best option right now. Because Arcanine went down so quickly. But as we can see, Altaria has moves for pretty much anything on the field, and that's just kind of what it does. And we'll just try and paralyze the Sudowoodo to guarantee it is going fairly slow. Yeah, the fact it went before my Arcanine makes you think, oh, it's not, sorry, it was Quashed, so never mind. So we're guaranteed to go last. It is intimidated. Hopefully we just paralyze it, is our bet. But we are forced into an early Dynamax, which is very, very scary for this matchup. Quash is the thing that I was super scared of. I knew ran Fake Out. I can't even Fake Out it. It's Ghost type. That Sudowoodo was something I was super scared of. If we can catch it out straight away, that's going to be really good, but we'll have to see. Is it just going to be Quash again? Oh, Thunder Wave comes out. Okay, so maybe going for a Wisp or a Snarl. Think I'm a special attacker? See, it's still spot. Okay, so hopefully we don't see a Will-O-Wisp, and this might knock out. I say it might knock out. It's likely to knock out with a Life Orb with that low HP. The defense boost is going to be nice if we see some of the things that I want to be seeing in the back. But will it be overly nice? Let's see what comes out from here. There's a Snarl. Okay, that's perfectly fine for me. Revealing we are physical most likely with that Iron Tail, or at least Max Steel Spike in this matter, but perfectly fine with me. Let's see who comes in right here. Oh. Well, I got very excited in that very first turn. See, Zapdos comes in. Zapdos isn't the most annoying thing. If it goes big, it can be a bit scary, but I am just going to opt to Max Quake and Trick into it. I don't know how Quash works with Prankster moves, but we'll see. Introducing a Dynamax. Okay, that was essentially inevitable. I did see Zapdos going big in this game if it wasn't the Sudowoodo. But again, we'll have to see where whatever things fall into it. And my opponent has historically run a bulkier Zapdos. Max Guard. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be annoying to reveal a Trick and Max Quake, which is going to be a bit shaky if my opponent has Will-O-Wisp, because then it's just, you know, my attack is completely nerfed. There's Snarl again, so just going for damage. Okay. Not really bothered by the Sableye, obviously, so I think going for Trick Max Quake again is fine. I'm either Max Quake the I'm actually not. I'm going to Max Airstream the Sableye, and I'm going to... No, because this is my last turn Dynamax. I'm going to Max Quake and go for the Trick, because we get us for Death Boost, we get damage down. I'm still unsure of how Quash is going to affect Prankster, because it denies the... Like, it shifts up priority brackets, but Prankster also gives you priority on move. I'm confused, but we'll see how that works. So drawing Sableye, okay. Bringing in the Venusaur. So we're going to be getting a nice special defense boost. And of course Zapdos is going to be very slow. We get weakness policy, okay. Not the best thing to have on Impudent, but proving that weakness policy is going to be very good. Max Quake does very little damage, but it's going to give us a nice for death boost, which I'm liking into the two Pokemon we see here. So that's Max Airstream for that speed boost. And honestly, that's comfortable damage. Oh. So now we've got to play around the fly turns, protect turns, and just the Lapras in general. I'm going to taunt the Venu, because then it can't protect next turn, it can't sleep powder this turn. Oh, and actually no, I've inadvertently given the Zapdos a boost as well because of the electric train. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Taunt isn't going off, but we can live with that. Because there's another Airstream probably just trying to get rid of Altaria, and that does a lot of damage. I think this might be this matchup loss. Zapdos was just something that I was so scared to face into, because you know it can be so bulky. It's too bulky than it needs to be. So we're guaranteed that fly. Well, let's say we're guaranteed. I'm just gonna taunt the Zapdos. It will have no roosts, have no recovery moves. It just puts it. It just forces it into attacks, which is a pity given the Pokemon we have in the back. Like, with Arcanine gone, it's one of my main damage outputs onto Zapdos is gone. Let's see, Zapdos, it has Ancient Power, so it is likely free attack Zapdos. Let's see how much this Fly does. We are Life Orb, it is Stab, it does nothing, yeah. This is gonna be a scary one. A Snarl comes through. I wish I went for Dual Wing Beam now. Would have been really good for that Venusaur as well if it is Sash, because we did prep for Sash. Venusaur, we did prep for Weakness Policy Venusaur. We'll have to see what happens with that. I'll see how much Earthquake does. And I will honestly just double into the Zapdos. Like, Quash is likely coming. Ancient Power comes, it's still faster with the Iron Ball, which isn't the nicest thing to see, obviously. But it's fine. The Snarl comes through, not really gonna bother us, and Foul Play is gonna do very little damage just because of it's a special attacking Pokemon. It's gonna not want to have the physical attack. And I very much doubt Rotom can do much to this Zapdos, but I'll play it out to the end out of respect if both of us made it this far in the tournament. And again, I'll just be doubling into Zapdos because I can't really touch Sableye with the Pokemon I have on the field. I can, but Snarl is just going to impede me. Yeah, so that is, we have to work around that Zapdos somehow. Maybe go with the double wall type lead. There's Hurricane. The Impidimp just won't get rid of Impidimp, that's fine. Crit probably doesn't matter. Yeah, and that's doing nothing. So I think this might be a turn where I have to forfeit just to kind of say, hey, yeah, you're putting my damage down much more than I can put out. So yeah, let's be a forfeit there. Unfortunate way to go out game one, especially in this far into the tournament, but it's gonna be one of those things. Like I said, I prepped very hard this matchup, and it was just one of those things where some of the Pokemon I prepped for were then countered by some of the other Pokemon I had to prep for, and I couldn't bring all of the prep techs to the game. I'm gonna try out one of the other modes we went with, because that could overthrow things. Zapdos was just one of the ones, like I said, that, you know, if Zapdos Dynamaxed, then I had a big struggle against it. If it didn't Dynamax, then I had a good matchup against it, but then I have good matchups against the other Pokemon. It was just super back and forth, and it's not the end of the world. We can still work around things, but we'll see what we have in the basket to really pull off. Yeah, so I'll lead of this mode is good into most cases. Quash is going to be annoying for it, but hopefully we can deal with it. I'm going to keep Arcanine in the back this time because I feel it'll be really good in the end game, and then I'm just going to bring... There's so many different choices, like some are good, some are bad. Altaria could be good. I'll bring Altaria. Like, do I? I'll go with Altaria. Like, it's just one of those games where I think my opponent just completely takes it here. Like, the Sudowoodo lead, the Quash plus Sudowoodo, was so overpowering that I really had nothing for it. It's just one of those Pokemon that is so unbelievably strong. Like, it's like, oh, it's like got such low speed and like my death stats, but it's so bulky, I think, especially physically, and its attack stat is so nice. Like, a lot of people back in the early stages of VGC 2020 ran it next to Bulldoze, because you could just slap a weakness policy on it, and that thing popped off. And we've seen Zapdos Sableye. Okay, so lead that we kind of wanted to see. if we don't see the Dynamax on Zapdos, we can set the pace of the game very, very quickly. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to go for Icy Wind to mitigate any speeds, and then just go for a Max Hailstorm to Zapdos, and see we go from there. My opponent is forced for going for, but it has got Ancient Power though. Hopefully we can take an Ancient Power. They are forced into Max Airstream and Ancient Power, one of which of course is still Stab. Oh no, but their weakness policy on, oh no, I just forgot about the weakness policy. Yeah, I think I've just given my opponent that game on turn 1. Yeah, I very much misplayed that if I don't get the knockout. We do see that I get the Dynamax off. This could be this port priority, this could be speed mechanics. I don't know, I'll have to see. They could be relying on Quash, which if they rely on Quash is fine. Aerial Pulse goes into the Lightning Rod. I'm like, I forgot this too. But this is perfectly fine. And the Max Hailstorm, we have calc this. This knocks out in most cases, as long as it's not an overly bulky Zapdos. Okay, it doesn't live, but we have just got +1 on the Icy Wind. There is going to be the chip damage later on. As a weakness policy, I should be faster than a Sableye. Yep. There's the Icy Wind at +1. It's super effective. It does get knocked out. Okay, so Zapdos gone is amazing. That is super duper. Quash is going to be irritating. Snarl, so-so. But that Zapdos being gone is so good. Whew. At least now if we go to a game 3, my opponent does know Aerial Pulse gets redirected. So it's likely going to go for that Dynamax mode, but we can move around that. Here comes Sudowoodo. I'm expecting the Quash. So I'm going to swap into Arcanine to get the Intimidate. And then I'm going to Max Geyser the Sudowoodo. It's going to go down to its Sturdy, but at least we're getting the Intimidate down. I'm expecting Quash into Mantine just so you can try and maybe knock it out. This might even still knock out given how strong it is. There's Dynamax, okay. So this is less likely to knock out, especially throughout the -1. So again, one of those cases, like my opponent's team is just so overpowering, it has all these Pokemon that can go big. I am heavily expecting Quash plus attack, and that'll just literally be the game. Like, I cannot break past that at this point. Here's Sunny Day, yep. That also is an option. And it's not weakness policy, we know, but I'm -1, Sunny Day is up, it's Dynamaxed. I think the best special defense, but that's doing nothing, yeah, like, could be Assault Vest? Or it's just so bulky, like, in terms of, like, even though it's got a low foot defense, like the Kartana treatment. Max Overgrowth coming out, okay, that's going to go into the Arcanine, which is fine by me. We can maybe switch out again and catch a Rockfall. But where that Rockfall goes, I don't know. I'm just going to keep trying to keep... Oh, unless we go into Altaria, remove the... Altaria's kind of done its job, really. I'm going to make sure I'm... Okay, right. So I'm just going to check out on the Arcanine here, yeah. So I'm going to switch into Altaria to stop any funky rain modes, like Sunny Day going off. And I'm going to Max Geyser the Sudowoodo again. Just get as much damage down onto this thing as possible. So when Arcanine comes back in, you can intimidate it and just pop it. If it can, anyway. I think it might be able to do it. There's Cloud9, we sing Sunny Day. No, we don't see Sunny Day, so I just inadvertently used myself there. Oh, that's fine. I'm not even seeing the effect of Rockfall. Oh, just living that as well is absolutely amazing. Because we're not going to see the effects of Rockfall. I believe it also impacts that special defense boost, so to see. Here comes Mac Geyser. It's not reduced by the sun this turn, but we are still -1. It does a little bit more damage, which is nice, but not the amount of damage that we want to be seeing. Now I could just switch out Altaria again, get the Intimidate off, and really hope for the best. Like, I know Sableye is a nuisance because it can keep quashing and keep doing things, but at this point, like, I'm not really overly bothered by it. The Arcanine comes back in, and I will just protect to still like this last turn of Dynamax. We have attacks to go into Sableye as well. We will try and get rid of the Sableye. Oh, this game is going a lot different than it was in prep. And honestly, I'm not upset about it. Like I said this many times throughout this league, but this definitely was the one where I was thinking, yeah, I really need to get my knuckles in, really to like get my info, get my prep, and Sudowoodo has just completely ruined this because we expected it to be such a niche Pokemon that we didn't want to see it very often. Mantine protecting, so maybe we're calling out a Quash away into that slot. There's a sunny day, okay, so that's fine. That's perfectly fine by me. Let's see Rockfall come out. Let's see where that goes. If Arcanine drops to this, it isn't the bulk. Okay, it goes into Mantine. So it's got us for Death Boost, so I might be inclined to actually go for the close combat into that slot and then switch out into Altaria. And it's the case of that Quash again. It is at -2, I believe, so we might take it this time round. We'll have to see. Like, Altaria's kind of done its job though. If anything, we could switch out the Arcanine actually and just go, like, so we can keep Intimidate for longer. Then Altaria will remove the effect of the Sandstorm. I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna bring Altaria back in, try and remove the Sandstorm for as long as possible, and then go for a Scald into Sudowoodo. If we see a Quash or a Snarl, we see a Quash or a Snarl. That is fine with me. It's just keeping Arcanine looping and looping. It's perfectly fine. Like, if Sudowoodo switches out, then well played to my opponent. Here comes the Scald. Does this break through and get a knockout? It just missed it. Do we burn? Do we burn? Do we burn? Yes! Oh, what a great burn. That could be the extra bit of help there. Snarl getting knocked out on Altaria is perfectly fine. And of course, Head Smack. Oh, he's got Rock Slide though. Both those moves can miss. The burn coming in slightly handy there. We will take Chip from the Sandstorm though. Unfortunately, I hope I haven't popped off a bit too early there, but that burn is super helpful in getting rid of this Sudowoodo. Oh, the Grassy Terrain, that's going to be a scary one. Then comes the burn. I'm going to go into Seeking, and I'm just going to go for a Surf, and then hope for the best here. If we get a heal, we get a heal. So, Surf, and I'm going to go for Scald into the Sudowoodo just to guarantee we're getting that most likely. So Scald, yep. Getting rid of the Sudowoodo. And then Surf will do damage to the Sableye and get us some health back on Mantine, which is going to be really good going into the later turns of this game. Let's see what my opponent has in the back. The Snarl does come through, but not really annoying the Seeking as much. Seeking is mostly supportive. But still annoying Mantine a little bit, but it's fine. Of course, now my opponent has got the late game mind games with Quash. Depends who's in the back. If it's what's his face, the Cragganol, then we can just bring Arcanine in. Like, it's fine. It's Venusaur. Okay, so Sunny Day is gonna be annoying for this. I'm gonna go for Icy Wind just so we can keep the speed low when Arcanine comes back in, and I'm gonna opt to go for Hurricane into the Venusaur. My opponent has Dynamax, so I threatened then. I was like, oh no, they can Dynamax Venusaur. But yeah, so Icy Wind, like we're Assault Vest and EV'd quite heavily, so the Sea King, so I'm getting very hyped about this match. The Sea King can likely take an Energy Ball, maybe a Frenzy Plant. There's a Hurricane, it hits. Okay, it's a knockout, good. Crit, sorry if that crit mattered. Ever so sorry if that crit mattered. I've had so much luck in this game. Oh. And Icy Wind, gonna slow you down, not that it matters too much. And now I'm in a state where I can just spam the combination of Surf plus Scald and then get the knockouts. There's the Snarl, perfectly fine with that, so I'm just gonna try and get my HP back. Buffeted by the Sandstorm on its last turn, I believe it's the last couple turns. But yeah, so Surf plus Scald should be enough to trickle down the rest of this game. So I'm gonna go for Surf, get my HP back just to be safe, and then Scald, so I don't want to miss. Could get a burn, which would be nice. Battle is cancelled there. Oh, I pulled that back. Got really croaky throat, so I have some water. Oh, I dropped my remote. Play the same rules. Oh. Okay. So the plan seems to be Altaria is very good for this matchup. I'm gonna lead. Oh, by accident, good connection. Seeking Mantine again. Arcanine in the back. Altaria in the back. Oh. Draft League match really getting anticipation going. Oh. Of course, now my opponent knows the tech with, I say tech, knows how Eerie Impulse works with Lightning Rod. Or maybe they just fly out Swift Swim, but now they know how that works with Lightning Rod, they can happily go for like Quash or Snarl plus Ancient Power. I might go for the, like I said, go for Espeon Foul. I might go for the double up into Sableye just to get it gone. I don't know how to see how it goes. Build the leaders. I'm really like, I don't like this matchup in terms of what I'm leading because I'm forced to go for that instant Dynamax. His Zapdos Cryogonal, okay. Now this is where it gets shaky. Because Cryogonal and Zapdos can both knock out Mantine. My opponent read that very well, and I don't know what I can do from this lead. I'm gonna Scald into Cryogonal. In fact, maybe I could go for the same lead. I go for Icy Wind plus, then if they Dynamax Zapdos, that can be really annoying. Maybe go for Ice Beam. I'm gonna go for Ice Beam into Zapdos, and then the max Hailstorm into Zapdos. Worst case scenario, Freeze Dry knocks out something. So here comes the Dynamax, that is the Zapdos going big. So hopefully this double up is enough. I doubt it though, I think my opponent's going to take the game here. Cryogonal was something that threw many spans into the work because it gets Freeze Dry and it is so fast. Like, everyone forgets about it. I forgot it even existed until I saw my opponent's team preview. But here we go. If it's side ice shard proc, we maybe have a chance. If it's Freeze Dry, then the chance is lowered. I could maybe bulk it. Mantine has ridiculous special bulk. There's the Freeze Dry. We bulk it. Okay, it's likely to double up with Max Airstream. Here's a Max Airstream. Get into Mantine. Okay. Will this double up get a knockout? I don't know. Let's see, max hailstorm. Alright, so just do last chunk. No, unless we freeze with the ice beam, this game is essentially over. That's the weakness policy. Comes the ice beam. And you got, yes! Let's go! Oh. Oh. Right, I'm gonna focus on getting rid of Zapdos because Alkaline can deal a Cryogonal. And I'm going to max guard here. Oh. Goes freeze dry into the protect. That is fine and dandy. Zapdos stays frozen. I should have gone for Icy Wind there. That might have been a better play just to slow down the Cryogonal. But I feel fairly safe. I'm actually going to opt to actually go for that combo. I'm going to go for the Icy Wind and then I'm going to switch into Arcanine just because then I have that pressure of late game just going for the Surfspan. Yes, I'm wasting my last turn in Dynamax, but in front of these two Pokemon, that is A-okay. I just hope we don't see an unfall here. There's the Freeze Dry, who's that going into? Okay, into the Arcanine slot, that's fine. Zapdos stays frozen. Ice Wind's still on the Cryogonal, so we can Flare Blitz that slot. And I can swap out Arcanine later on if I feel like I need to. Actually, I'm going for the close combat into Cryogonal to just in case we see a switch in into Sudowoodo. I go for Ice Beam into Zapdos, and then close combat into Cryogonal. So as Freeze Dry for Assault Vest, we took that nicely. Still faster after the Ice Wind, which is fairly amazing. There's a close combat. I just want to call you switches. And then the Ice Beam. Oh. So Venusaur's coming in, and Sableye. Okay, I'm going to Icy Wind. Actually, I'm gonna go for outright damage, and then bring in the Altaria. As Sunny Day, that's fine, because like Altaria means that is ignored. Sludge Bomb into Altaria. That does a lot. That's this Life Orb. Let's see what else this Ice Beam does. Nice amount of damage. Can't freeze in Sun. I'm gonna go for Icy Wind just to slow it down a bit. And gonna go for Fly as well. These are protects on this, so means that it can't protect on next turn, which is absolutely amazing. So up we go. Well, it can still protect next turn, just not as faithfully. Snarl is fine, Altari avoids. Speaking doesn't really mind it. I'm gonna go for the Icy Wind again. I want to make sure Arcanine's coming in safe, if anything. This is a very, very close call in this match. Giga Drain, okay. That's fine, just means Arcanine's coming in safer. Here comes the Fly, it's Life Orb, it's super effective, it gets it, okay. There's Snarl. In comes Arcanine. Now I have Play Rough, so I'm going to go for that just to be safe. And then Breaking Swipe because it's stab. Oh, I am so sorry to my opponent for the way I won that, but the way the tides changed and I prepped. Like the way I prepped a matchup I didn't prep for in the Sudowoodo and the Cryogonal being shaky. I'm so glad I took that. But I'm going to make this one a swift exit because I need to have a drink and a bit of a breather after that game. Thank you to everyone and anyone who did tune in, and I am looking forward to what I do in the semi-finals of the VDL. I think it's my second, possibly even first semi-finals in Draft League. So hopefully 2 for 2, you know, could take it all the way, but I'm not going to jinx it yet. But thank you for everyone who watched this, and a very big goodbye.